All new tonight in Fort Smith, an Ozark man was sentenced for murder that happened more than a year ago. Marvin Davis was arrested last March in connection to the death of 65-year-old Dorothy Edmonds. Police say Edmonds died from head trauma, consistent with foul play. Davis was also charged with burglary, and police later found Edmonds' jewelry in his possession. Davis took a plea deal and was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Another week at the Arkansas Capitol wrap up today, and the House and Senate moved closer to wrapping up this fiscal session entirely. Education funding took center stage again this week as funding continues to be the biggest debate during this session. An amendment to shape how isolated school districts receive money was passed out of the Special Language Committee. It'll be voted on next week. Democrats, though, say they're still concerned over funding going to education vouchers and the LEARNS Act. Lawmakers say they hope to wrap up the fiscal session by next Wednesday. Meanwhile, a local state rep introducing an amendment that would have blocked funding moves happening for the Razorbacks athletic department. You may remember the U of A Board of Trustees voted last month to divert millions in school funding to fund athletics. In response to that proposal, Rogers State Rep Brett McKenzie and 24 others penned a public letter against that decision. Yesterday, McKenzie took it further, proposing an amendment to the U of A's appropriation that would prevent the funding from happening. McKenzie says the move was pro-academic, not anti-athletic.
As the funds have been asked and the metrics and the mechanisms that this has gone under, they're very complicated and many machinations of them. But ultimately, if there's not going to be an increase to tuition or or the creation of a student fee, then let's all agree and shake hands and put a one-year rider on the appropriation for 1 year.
That amendment did not pass out of the Senate committee. The governor signed many appropriations into law today, including one for the U of A system. In the nation's capital, a big step made today by the Trump administration to reclassify some form of marijuana as a less dangerous drug. The acting attorney general signed an order shifting state-licensed medical marijuana from its current Schedule I rating, which is on the same level as heroin, to Schedule III. This catches the federal government up with much of the country. 40 states, including Arkansas, already have medical marijuana programs. The order does not reclassify recreational marijuana. Local medical cannabis businesses are gearing up for a slow but major leap forward. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman spoke to a local dispensary about how the reclassification is an historic move for the industry's future and the impacts here in the natural state.
Local medical marijuana industry leaders say that this is not just changing the classification, it's redefining the class of cannabis right here at home.
Now our state regulated programs will be recognized federally, and that's a big deal. That gives a lot of power to Arkansans.
CEO of the Source Medical Marijuana Shop in Rogers says it's more than a shift on paper, it's a level up for local dispensaries.
Ultimately, this will lead to lower prices. Absolutely will lead to better products. No doubt better products.
It'll just take time. These 50 plants are all a product of science, and this reclassification will open up avenues to even more research.
We're going to be able to research cannabis more freely. Your doctor is going to be able to talk to you more openly about your options. It's going to mean better products down the line, better dosing instructions. It's going to mean that your patient consultant at your local dispensary is going to be even more informed.
Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton aired his opinion on the social media platform X about the reclassification decision, saying, quote, marijuana today is much more potent than just 10 or 20 years ago, leading to increased psychosis, antisocial behavior, and fatal car crashes. He goes on to say, Arkansans don't want more dangerous drugs obtained more easily. A change to marijuana's drug classification is a step in the wrong direction.
We do believe that this opens up the conversation. We still will have to work with our legislators to expand what we can do. But I do believe that it's going to allow our state, our government to realize that this is a nonpartisan issue. This is an everybody issue.
In Rogers, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman, 5 News.